we'll start with the game plan today. This is a very basic and fundamentals, and then we'll build on from it. So we're going to start with both hands on the belt, easy position. What we'll do is want to get to the outside of the gi and just back the gi. We don't actually have to get behind the arm, because technically when I pull the gi, if he pulls his arms backwards, I'm still in control. So, you know, a no gi would be that I need to get behind, so I'm actually behind it. But with the gi, as long as I've got it and I'm wrapping it around, so I'm kind of pulling the elbows out a little bit. Okay. What I'm looking for is space between his elbows and his hips to be able to put my foot on the hip. That's it. So there's not much more than that. So from here, really easy, I'll grab it, pull it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is going to lift my hips, 1, push, pull, lift my hips, 2, push, pull, lift my hips, put my foot on, but I'm staking it. So it's really tight on the arm from here, and it's exceedingly hard for him to pull the arm backwards. The part that I see that people have issues with is people now take their foot to the shoulder, and that allows this leg to get pressed down and compromised, and I now lose the power on this as well. So we're doing more like a knee pinch, where we're trying to pinch my right knee in front of my left knee. So on the back side, okay, so I don't undo my guard. So 1, 2, 3, bop, nice and tight. Bring my knee forward and squeeze my knee. So this will, you know, put my part off balance. It also puts the arm in a perfect position to arm bar as well. So he's going to be battling with his posture, as well as with the arm bar, and the thread of the triangle is there as well, and the sweep as well. So it's kind of, we have a multiple attack, but the biggest thing is I'm trying to squeeze my knees together and try to bring my right knee in front of my left knee. My left knee's on the foot, if my left foot's on his hip. Okay, so back side. So I'm going to push this, I'm going that way. 1, 2, 3, stomp, squeeze. Still hold the arm. So for me, my knee comes forward and I squeeze, so I'm actually nice and tight from here. What I'm trying to do now is a small motion, 1 and 2. Even though the elbow's kind of behind the hip line, the arm bar will still come on because the arm's straight, so I'm attacking a straight lever instead of a bent lever. You feel the difference on that? Like when we do the traditional arm bar, where we're kind of here and bringing that. It's like there's no way I'd ever get this arm bar if it was a traditional arm bar. But because I'm on the back so this, I still get it. So yeah, I've got to get behind and I don't let go of this grip. This is what's enabling me to keep the arm in the position. So here, 1, 2, 3, hold, squeeze, knee, squeeze. So what I'm saying is the arm's in perfect position to arm bar. Warm up, this guys, 1, 2, 3. Look at the back exposure now. And this kind of, this is done by going more towards like a top shoulder lock. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to play offside a little bit. It's hard to explain, so I'll just go back and stand again and so right. So start exactly the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, boom, from here. Now, what I'm going to do from here is the arm, I'm going to try and get the arm across. So I'm going to go to this squeeze, but I'm going to disengage from this hand here. I'm going to go to this hand. So the hand. They generally kind of feel that the arm bar's gone from here. So what I'm doing is I'm going to push the hip down as hard as I can, and I'm trying to pull the elbow around. I don't try to pull the elbow across because it's got a better grip. So I'll try and pull the elbow across. So we'll look at the back exposure. The reason being that is I'm kind of pushing him and raising. So even if he has a grip onto the belt and he has a, so I'll try not to pinch your skin here. So even if he's got a good grip, if I try and pull it this way, these frame systems away. But if I raise, it kind of exposes the arm, but I keep it underneath. I keep my foot onto the hip, grab. Now I use the hip motion from here to go 1, and that's going to expose the back. So exactly the same thing, we get our grips, okay, so from here, 1, 2, 3, pop. And what I'm going to do this time is I'll kind of feel, I can't get the knee squeeze or the knee pinch. So I'm going to go to this side here. Stomp the hip, up, roll the arm. So I'm trying to roll the arm, I'm not trying to drag the arm across, I'm trying to roll the arm, hold this, keep your foot on the hip, sit up. They're generally going to try and realign. So as long as I've got that hand there, it's really hard for him to realign. 1, 2, 3. How that feel? Okay. So the cylinder sweep, very much exactly the same as what we've done from here. So we get our grips from here, 1, 2, 3, foot on, can't move the arm, hip bump, drag over, come here. Now my partner's pretty savvy, so he starts to realign to drive into me. So I come underneath my partner and sweep my partner. So I'll kind of go a little bit more detail on the coming underneath the partner. A lot of people, so I've kind of got the position. I'll try and pinch your skin, I'm sorry. So geese are really good, these ones, good competition geese. Both maidens are changed. Okay. So what they're trying to do is they try and drop their shoulder into you and to realign. Yeah, so here, so what I want to do is instead of trying to pull from here, I want to put my head underneath my partner. So I'm like super deep underneath him. Because I've already got the back side of him, it's harder for him to post. And even if he does put his hand out, it's really,
A strong hand.
no, but so when we're here, right, and I've broken down we're here, what I should do is they try and sweep from here, and you're going to get your guard pass. Because he's like over, he's just going to run the guard, and I'm the one offside now. So you want to kind of go sit down, 1, 2, and to get the sweep. I do keep the arm. The next thing about it, that for me is I want to come underneath this arm. So when I go to the mount position, it's very hard for him to fade me back into half guard or catch my leg. I want to kind of go to mount, and he's already on my knee, kind of going, oh like, man, could have got the mount. Where if I'm kind of here, he can't get access to it. Who would like to see it one more time? Yep, okay. Did you want to see it or you okay?
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, you sure?
Yep.
Just, you guys can do the whole whoop, 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 bomb, hip, or here. Okay, so watch. When I sit down, I'm fading my back to the ground. So I fade my back to the ground, so I'm under my partner. 1, 2, over, come underneath the arm, take the mount position. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Cylinders. These two sweeps, the cylinder sweep and the leg grab rollover sweep are pretty much identical, depending on my partner's base. So they're in the same family. They're both more, we're trying to get deep underneath our partner to roll our partner over. We're not trying to like get our knee and use our legs to do the sweep. It's more like we're using our natural body weight. So I'm just going to shortcut the system if you don't mind. So foot on the hip, here, okay, kick it, yes you can, elbow comes over here. So the part that I see people do is, which isn't wrong, but you can do it, people just slide their hips under, but they kind of still stay right out here. So I find for myself that I put my head underneath my partner, and now hip escape, I'm in a far better position to do it. So I try and dive my head under. Now, if Brendan puts his legs out really wide, I'm like, okay, so now I'll go to the leg to grab the leg grab rollover. The second thing about it is, if I'm here, and he's got his pressure onto my, and I'll try and get my head over, he's like I'm offside. Right, so it means I hip bump, and now I come underneath. Right, open my legs up, scissor my legs, my knee goes to the ground, not my foot, so that there's no space. My foot goes to the ground, he can hip escape, move, come up. This is one of the biggest faults I see people go to mount, is they go, I'm on mount, and there's this big space where if I go, I'm on mount, it's harder for him to deal with. So we kind of want to go knee down, not swat the fly. I want to swat the fly because he's got the ability to move my leg. So one more time. The sweep, or the two sweeps that work side by side together are the cylinder sweep and the leg grab rollover sweep. And the only other one will be the wager sweep, which we'll have a look at a little bit later on. Okay, so 1, 2, foot on the hip, bop, head goes under, slide my hips. Man, this guy's really heavy. Come underneath the leg. Okay, pull forwards, all your weight on top of you. So you kind of bring your legs forward, your hands forward, everything forward. Pendulum with your bottom leg, so sweat pendulum. And knee goes to the ground from here. And I do keep the pressure on the top arm, so if he does try to get his frame system in, it's nice and tight. 1, 2, 3. Missed you. The control, start from here. And this is, we're going to go more towards like a shoulder lock mechanic instead of the armbar. And this will open up a few variations on the sweep and the armbar and the sweep combination together. Okay, so from here, 1, 2, all I'm going to do is going to lock the top of the shoulder this time. So last time what we're trying to do is we're trying to get to this side. This time I create space, I lock the top of the shoulder. Okay. I keep the arm pinned in so it's harder for him to get out. First things first is I'll evaluate what he's going to do. Most people are going to try and push off this hand here to try and get the arm out. So as I apply pressure this, underneath the leg, and now this is set up pretty much to triangles in the arm bars. Worst comes to worst is you don't lose your guard. You know, so I'm back in the guard game. So is this okay on your shoulder, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this okay on your shoulder, Steve?
No.
Sorry.
I care. He don't make fun of you, I care. Boom. 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 Here. So then generally I would normally keep hold of the arm behind the elbow, but for the purpose of the coaching. So as he starts to push from here, what I'm doing is the knee squeeze, the knee pinch, so I knee pinch, now come under. And this will put me in a perfect position to either arm bar sweep. What you're going to find is if I go top knot from here, right, they're going to try and go, okay, I'm going to get swept, so they repost again, so as I repost, and now this is it, but if you start to really attack triangles, omoplatas, sweeps, etc. The main goal on this one is the arm bar. So from here, backside, push, 1, 2, come under, and the arm bars pretty deep. And then if they pull it out, then we have a look at the sweep system.
Yeah,
So
like if you let go of that, I'm going to try and bring the arm.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's why I've got to tip you that side so you can't run the guard.
Yeah.
So that's why I lift you up here. So if the arm that you're trying to swing past my guard becomes your post arm.
Yeah.
And if you don't
have it.
yeah, you can either try and pass guard and I'll sweep you, or you can post and I don't lose the guard.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, top lock it in, raise my hips here. So I'm pretty confident on the arm bar from here, to be honest. So tip them, 1, 2, arm bar. What we're saying about is if Brendan pulls the arm out to pass guard, he like
Use that leg.
yeah, like he can't, where if I'm here, he's gonna pass the guard, but because I've tipped him onto the side he wants to pass, it's very hard for him to actually start the guard pass. So we're gonna create space, so this time it's just 1, okay, top lock, 1, kick the arm in, 2 from here. I like to come under, just kick the arm. I feel I've kind of lost the arm a little bit, so all I'm gonna do is take the sweep instead. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Really nice. Outside elbow control. Okay. So first things first is we're going to make this fast and efficient. 1, 2, top lock. Okay. So tip, raise, come under, arm bar. He pulls the arm out. Okay. So from there, rehash, back in. Try. Second option. I get a really good control behind the elbows this time. 1, 2, pop. I'm squeezing. So from here, I'm trying to get the top lock. Take the arm so I'm over the wrist. Raise my hips, come under, and now the arm bar's super tight from here.